good do they look? Got a nice big deep dish on them. And we're going to see if we can get them on this Honda. These look so much better. So hopefully we can get these on. Let's have a look at the circumference and the diameter. Not bad. Looks to be near enough the same. Just to give you an idea what size these ones are, these Mercedes ones, these are 255 35 18s. And these ones are 205 55 16s. Now you can go online and you can check what the diameter is, and so long as it's within a certain percentage you're okay. But just looking at it there, they look pretty good, but look at the difference in thickness. Obviously you've got 205mm compared to 255mm, so that's going to look nice.
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on.
If you look at the profile there down the side, how far these wheels stick in, and likewise from the rear, they don't look like anything special. So I'm going to try my best, try and get these changed, and I bought some adapters. Okay, so fundamentally this Honda sub and cut. Okay, so fundamentals are that this Honda hub is going to be different to the Mercedes, and we've got to allow for that. The PCD, which is the pitch circle diameter, is the stud pattern and how they are separated on this hub. Now the Honda is 5x114.3, the Mercedes is 5x112. So there is a slight difference. I believe the wheel will go on, but the studs aren't going to sit centre of the wheel holes, so we've got to allow for that. It's also, in addition, the hub itself is 64.1 on a Honda. I just checked the measurements here. So the centre hub size 64.1. Bad. 64.07. But importantly, the hub size on my Mercedes wheel, I believe, is 66.6. It's slightly bigger. So this here inside actually has a spigot ring, because I used these on an Audi which had a 57mm diameter hub. So these have got to come out, otherwise they're not going to work. And it's just a inner ring which reduces the size of that diameter. So this ring here, the outside diameter, that's going to be obviously the inside diameter of this, and this should be 66.6. There you go, 66.6. So I'm going to need to get the right spigot to work with my Honda and the Mercedes wheels, so that this wheel will sit nice and central on the hub. So what I decided to do was I got these adapters which will change the PCD from the Honda to the Mercedes all in one go. You can see that they're pretty thick, because they've got to allow for the stud pattern, but they simply go on. You use the existing bolts back on here, and then your wheel's going to sit on top of that, which is now the Mercedes 5x112 PCD. So let's get those on. If you get a chance to give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. It helps me understand from the analytics if these sorts of videos are being helpful to people. Okay, so here's a close-up here. So these are the new PCD for the Mercedes, and the recessed ones are the PCD obviously for the Honda. So it now configured it so that you can then use it with the right size hub, which is going to be for an Audi on this occasion, 57.4 I think mil, but it allows me to use the wheels that I've got. Okay, let's try the wheel. I think it's not going to fit. I'm not even going to bother lowering that, but I'll put these nuts on and let's have a look from the side, see how they look. I can see how much it's sticking out at the moment. Have a look at this. Yeah. Although they look good, that's sticking out far too much. I'm going to take all of this off and we're actually going to go and see how we can make it work with the original hub. There might be a way. So what do you think? Worked out pretty well in the end, didn't it? I've had these wheels on about 5 different cars. I had them on my Mercedes CLK. I had them on an Audi A4 V6 Turbo, and I've had them on a Volkswagen, and I've also tried them on my Mercedes SL, but they were just a bit too small. So I was actually going to sell them, but I needed a couple of new tyres, and that's one of the reasons why I thought I'm going to see if they fit on a Honda. I haven't seen many people do this, if any, fitting a Mercedes set of wheels on a Japanese car, but I'd like to show that it actually can be done with a little bit of thought and know-how. Yes, I bought those spaces, and unfortunately the PCD adapters, I'm going to have to see if I can sell those second hand, even though I only used one of them just to try it out, but they were just too wide for the car. But because the PCD on the Honda is so close, which is 5x1 4.3, and the Mercedes is 5x1 it's acceptable enough to be able to use, as I mentioned earlier in the video, these little wobble bolts, and they have a collar on it that has a little bit of movement, and it compensates for that slight difference. And along with the spigots that I've got, which gets the wheel diameter hub to the correct size for the Honda, then it's all nice and safe. And so far I've been driving around, don't hear any rubbing, the steering wheel's nice and steady, there's no vibrations, so all in all a good exercise there. And most importantly, how good does it look? It looks so much better than those horrible other little wheels. So if anyone's in the market to buy some nice 16-inch Honda alloy wheels, let me know, because they are up for grabs right now. Yeah, the back really sits nice. So far I've gone over speed bumps and it's not catching any of the wheel arch, and they do sit nice and snug. Have a look at that. Love the fact that you've got a nice deep dish on the back, kind of kick out the back end, definitely gives it a nicer look. Really sits nice up against the side of the wheel arches, just about. I may get some flare wheel arches on there just to finish it off, but actually looks pretty snug. The next thing is get that horrible middle grill off. There you go. If you get a chance to give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. It helps me understand from the analytics if these sorts of videos are being helpful to people, and that's the whole point of my channel, is to make sure that I try and give as much free advice as I can, give you the encouragement and a little bit of confidence to try and tackle that job yourself. Sometimes you just perhaps need to see a little video, and that's why I do these videos. And if this is your sort of thing, then have a look at that video there. There's some cracking things on how to do car diagnostics. iCarSoft is a favourite of mine, so that will really help you. And this one here is a whole playlist of over 100 videos that I've done for car repairs. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, this is Groove On. Bye for now.
Let's groove on, 'cause it's time to move on.